इस वक्त वाशिंगटन के तहकीकी इदारे यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ पीस से मुंसलिक तज्ज़ियाकार जॉनी वॉल्श वॉइस ऑफ अमेरिका के न्यूयॉर्क स्टूडियो से हमारे साथ हैं। जॉनी, वेलकम टू व्यू 360। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद व्हाट द एम्बेसडर ऑफ द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स टू अफगानिस्तान सेड, John Bass. We saw that he made a statement about land route for trade between Afghanistan and India, and Pakistani Foreign Minister Qureshi came out with a statement rejecting it. These kind of disagreements that we're seeing popping up a lot lately, what do they show? And what do they mean for this cooperation between Pakistan and the United States?
Well, thank you for having me. In the first place, I think it's difficult to know what actually was said in private meetings about the possibility of an overland route between Afghanistan and India. On the U.S. side, I think this is first and foremost reflective of a broader support for removing artificial barriers to trade in the region generally. So that means between Afghanistan and Pakistan, between Pakistan and India, and really to Central Asia as well. And the logic in Washington is actually that Pakistan stands as much to benefit from access to Asian markets and to Indian markets as Afghanistan does. It's of course wrapped up in a larger set of issues with India. It's controversial in Pakistan, but I think it's positive that the two sides are starting to meet at a higher level and work through issues like this.
All right, so Johnny Walsh कहते हैं कि जहाँ तक ये इस बात का ताल्लुक है कि मुलाकातों में क्या कहा गया लैंड रूट की बहाली के बारे में, तो ये जानना बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन इससे ये ज़रूर ज़ाहिर होता है कि वाशिंगटन इस बात की हिमायत करता है कि अफ़गानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, भारत इन सब के दरमियान तजारत जो है वो फ़रोग़ पाए और लार्जर ख़ित्ते में भी, क्योंकि इससे सभी मुल्कों को फ़ायदा होगा। Johnny, the other thing that I wanted to ask you about, since the Afghan peace process is something that you keep a close eye on, that's part of your expertise, we're talking a lot about what Pakistan can do for this, what the US is doing right now. There are preparations for a second round of talks between the Taliban and the United States. Where does the Afghan government stand in all of this? What about their efforts to have any kind of negotiations with the Taliban?
I think that the Afghan government remains extremely supportive of a peace process with the Taliban. I think they would sit down for direct meetings tomorrow if the opportunity presented itself. The question is whether the Taliban are willing to do that. Right now, it's been widely reported that the Taliban are more than willing to meet with the U.S., but not with their own countrymen. I think a U.S.-Taliban bilateral channel, if there is a second meeting, is a very positive step. The question is, how can it be channeled into an intra-Afghan discussion? Because many of the core substantive issues about the constitution or power sharing or that would inevitably come up in a peace process, those really have to be resolved among Afghans.
Does it look like the Afghans are at the moment getting sidelined?
That's certainly not the U.S. intention, and I don't believe that Kabul views it that way now. But it does mean that there's a real limit on how far talks can go if they don't include the Afghan government, because many of the key issues are not possible to address.
All right. So जहाँ तक इस बात का ताल्लुक है कि अफ़गान हुकूमत खुद क्या कर पा रही है, तो जॉनी वॉल्श कहते हैं कि ज़्यादा बड़ी बात तो ये है कि अफ़गान हुकूमत को तो जो ही मौका मिले मुज़ाकरात का वो करना चाहेंगे, लेकिन इशू ये है कि तालिबान ये इशारा दे रहे हैं कि वो अफ़गान हुकूमत के साथ मुज़ाकरात में दिलचस्पी नहीं रखते, वो अमेरिका के साथ बात करना चाहते हैं। तो एक रास्ता तो अब ये निकलता है कि अमेरिका और तालिबान के दरमियान जो बातचीत होती है उसके ज़रिए अफ़गान हुकूमत के साथ मुज़ाकरात का रास्ता जो है वो हमवार किया जाए। Johnny, another thing we saw in Kabul recently was that there are calls to review the Afghanistan-America bilateral security agreement. One of the reasons the critics of this agreement are bringing to the table is that the U.S. has not been able to do enough to secure Afghans. Now, those in the government who say they need to keep this agreement say that this is just a political ploy that some in Afghanistan are using under international pressure. When it comes to the bilateral security agreement between the United States and Kabul, should Washington worry about these kind of talks when they happen in Kabul?
I think that first and foremost, the vote that happened in Parliament reflects a very sincere frustration that security is still so difficult and so many people are dying on the ground in Afghanistan. And major operations like the fight for Ghazni a few weeks ago, and the continual rounds of Taliban attacks that kill civilians, kill Afghan soldiers, they cause great exasperation, and people want to know why it hasn't stopped. For some, it probably is a political ploy to turn this into a review of the bilateral agreement, but I think there's a more sincere sentiment. At the same time, I don't see how canceling the bilateral security agreement or trying to reopen it helps address this problem.
All right.
Because please.
All right, जॉनी वॉल्श हमारे साथ थे वॉइस ऑफ अमेरिका के न्यूयॉर्क स्टूडियो से। जॉनी, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम। और उनका यही कहना था कि अमेरिका और वाशिंगटन और काबुल के दरमियान जो बायलैटरल सिक्योरिटी एग्रीमेंट है उसके बारे में जिन खदशात का, जिन तहफ़्फ़ुज़ात का इजहार किया जा रहा है वो समझ में आते हैं। सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन ऐसी है जिस पर लोग फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हैं, लेकिन इसको रिव्यू करने से या इसमें किसी किस्म की तब्दीली लाने से भी क्या कोई फ़ायदा होगा या नहीं, ये बात वाज़ेह नज़र नहीं आती। जॉनी वॉल्श, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम एंड योर इनसाइट।
Thank you.